Hey, welcome back, my YouTube friends. And today we are going to continue our journey with our 6x8 binder album. So welcome, welcome. All right. So I'm going to show you how I dye my seam ribbon. And I should have kept here. This is what I have. I've had it for years. And I think you can still get, in fact, now I think you can get it in colored already, already colored for you. But you can take any. I just like it because you can scrunch it up and then dry it, and it just looks really cool. All right, so I think I'm going to use citrus and mustard seed, and I have a blue one I might try. We'll see how this goes. And I've never used this before. I don't have a yellow in alcohol ink, so I'm going to try it. And then I may try this one as well, just to see. All right, so I have some water here. I've got my seam ribbon. I have my glove and the baggies, and I'll dry it. I won't dry it during this class because the drying thing's pretty loud. I can dry that later. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my board. Well, it's not a board. Actually, it's not a craft mat. I got it where I used to work when I worked at Energizer battery company, and it works perfect. But it's slick, so everything just wipes right off of it. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this. Probably should have got me 2 pairs of gloves. I'm going to add just kind of keep swishing it around. Yeah, this may not be the right color. And then once I get it all, I put it inside a baggie. Kind of get all the air out of it. And I just leave it scrunched up until I'm ready to dry it. Okay, so let's try this one. This is Distress Stain. Might And it doesn't bother me if it's not all the way, if I got some ribbon that shows a little bit of white, that doesn't bother me. Well, that's a bright yellow. That may be too bright. All right. Yeah, I don't have hardly any yellows. That was the only yellow I really found. Maybe too bright. I need a softer yellow. All right, let's try this blue. Oh, I guess I need some more seam ribbon. Yeah, I think it's picked up some of that yellow I had. I should have wiped my glove off. It did. Of course, this is an oxide. I've never tried it with an oxide. Oh, I don't have another baggie. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, let's put this. Let's try the shabby shutters. This may be the color. Really, it ain't that much different than that. Yeah. Well, that's how you color your ribbon. And then I grab the blow dryer. Once I've got all the coloring I want, then I grab a blow dryer and or our blow dryers that we dry like in embossing powders and stuff. And then I blow dry it, and I just keep crinkling it while I'm blow drying it. That's how I do my ribbon. All right. Yeah, I may have to dig through some colors to see if I can't find some little bit better colors. I know I don't like that one. That one looks grungy. I mean, it looks grungy. This one here ain't that bad. See, well, I may not be that bad. Yeah, may not be that bad. All right, I'm just going to kind of roll these up so they kind of stay crinkled a little bit, since I won't be getting them blow dried here real soon. But that's how I do it. And here's my yellow one, and then here's the one that, and then you can, you know, like I showed you, you can just use ink pads as well. And I just spray bottle of water. All right. So the little booklets, I guess they're not little. They go in the top thing. Is a piece of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I'm going to make sure that this is 11. Yep. Is it 8.5? Yeah, it's a little off. That's a lot off. So I'm going to put it in my scoreboard. And I'm going to score it at 5.5. Right down the middle. Alright, now we have that. So now what I'm going to do, I didn't get that. It's a little bit off. There. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on my grid. And I'm going to go down 2 inches. Did I do 1.5 inches? I better check. I went down 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches, make a little tick mark. And then I went over 2 inches. So 1 inch, 2 inch, make a little tick mark. And 1 inch, 2 inch, make a little tick mark. Now I'm just going to connect my dots. Sorry, I got to turn it so I can even see it. I've got to go get some new glasses. And you can cut these, you know, all at once. That way they're all the same. Once you get one, then you can use it as a template. And then I just check just to make sure. Yeah, see, that one's just a hair higher. That's all right. All right, so now I grab my punch. Try and get it in the middle. And I just put these on here for looks. And then you can decorate these up. Oh, and I do round the bottom corners that way, because a rounded corner will take a beating a lot better than a straight one. So I will be rounding these. Then you just decorate them up. And I don't put my ribbon or whatever you're going to put through here. I don't do it through both, because then you got to undo it. Some I'll put on front, some I put on back. I may put just a little bit on both. It just depends. And then you just decorate these up. You can, like this one here. And then I just used journal paper. It's out of a little journal book. And I tear them out, and then I like to use them. And then I just use one of the branding strips on the side. So photos. So that's how you do the little booklets. Okay. Now, we are right here. And this is going to get glued down to this. Make sure I'm right side up. Yep. Okay, let's glue her down. Should have already had that done. We're just gluing 3 sides. This is our last page. And I got too much glue right there. Alright, so there's that. Now, let's get a tuck spot down here. And this is the back page, so there's nothing that it has to match. It can be anything that we want it to be. So it doesn't have to match. So ooh, I do like that. So now, do we want a butterfly on it? Yeah, I did have this all nice and sorted. You gotta be careful. Here, nothing can go past here. Okay? So everything's gotta be... Alright, so no butterfly. New butterfly. Okay, we have yellow kind of peeking out. Do we want to try and find a yellow? Let me look at my strips over here, if I can see anything. Oh, here's a yellow. That does look nice. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to go from edge to edge. Okay, so that will be there. This will glue to this. Ooh, let's do... I was thinking about just a little black strip, maybe. Because I'm going to do a black photo mat right here. So, let me get... So 4 by 6. 4 1/4 by 6. 4 1/4 by 6. Well, let's just do 4 by 6. Because we can always cut just a little bit off our photograph. So we're going to have a photo mat here. So something like that. I'm looking at my embellishments. Okay, so I like that. Let's get that. Okay, then I'll put my little butterfly down. Alright, so this here, let's see if we can find, well, we can't go too much higher. I didn't know, maybe a black. Let me cut, we have this piece. Let me cut like, I'm going to cut 1/2 inch. Then put this piece on top. Maybe that piece, maybe make that piece a little bit shorter. Nope. Alright. Alright, let's put this down. Now I'm just going to glue the very bottom. Just a thin piece of glue and the sides. Okay, so then this piece here, I'm just going to glue the sides. And just the very bottom. I'm gluing it to the yellow part. Just be careful whatever you put down here. You don't glue it shut. So now we can find And that will keep that nice and tidy. Okay. And then you can flip up and like that. Oops. I might find some different tags to put in here. But I just, wanted to show you how that works. Alright, so now let's do just a quick flip through. Let's see if we've got, okay, here it's just 2 pages and just 2 pages. I'm debating on if we want to do any more half pages like this is what I'm really debating on. I really like those half pages. There's another half page. Another half page, and that's the end. So half page, we got one in between. Okay, so that'd be our one in between. Now we got that one, just bam bam. So then we have that one and that one. Okay, now let me look. Because the time we get our tags, I'm thinking maybe we better whoa it. Because once we get these tags in here, because 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, that one don't have one, 4 page, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That one don't have it, but I need to glue that shut. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Time we get these tags in here and we get them all built out, then plus all of our pictures, I think we better whoa it. Oh, that's going to look so cool. And I may cut these down. I already got that one, but that's all right. I was going to say, I may cut these down just a little bit to where they're not sticking out quite as far. Is that ribbon dry? I mean, it's not dry, but no, it's still pretty wet. Yeah, so oops, don't weigh that. Yeah, so I may cut those down. I don't know. That may be just fine. And then add our ribbon. I don't know if I'm going to decorate any of this. Maybe leave. I haven't decided yet. So I will decide that. I'm debating on if I want to decorate it or just leave it plain Jane. I haven't decided. Because a lot of times if you decorate the fronts, then, pulling them in and out of a shelf kind of ruins them. I'll decide. Okay, I'll decide. I will get a final, I will work on this and get some of the, because I know once we kind of got towards the back, I didn't finish, you know, like here. We don't have any of that decorated yet. But I will finish decorating and come back here and I'll do a final review of what we've got. So, you know, do a final review of it. I love that. I just love those collage pages. I just think that's so neat. It'd almost be neat to do a whole album, just collaged pages, period. No base pages or anything. We just collage it up and have different, all different sized pages. I may have to do that. So I think that would be a fun class. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something new making this album. I hope you want to make this album. And I'll get everything finished up here and then I'll do a final review of everything that I've done. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. All right. Keep scrapping. Bye-bye.